Okay, we're back with some more footage. We're hiking straight up a hill, and just got back, and they're leading the way up the hill. So they're my scouts, my pack, and they're getting ready to hike up the hill with me. And we are Chad the Walking Man. We went to the park, let the dogs run around, but it started raining again. So a lot of the other dogs took off because the owners didn't want to get rained on, and we decided we'd go back through the trail because we got a nice canopy of trees protecting us. And my little one seems to know, he's the scout, he seems to know which way to go, but I think we'll go this way. I think this is the right way, right? Today's our first day on this trail. So it's the Chester Trail, and it's a park up here in Duluth, I guess in the northeast part of Duluth. And let's just check out the trail. It's got lots of little subsections that take you out. There's a little subsection down there. So it's not too muddy. Like I said, when it rains, I usually only get like 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. But we're getting a little bit more than we normally get. I think we're probably gonna net about an inch, maybe an inch and a half for the whole day. So it's just light sprinkles, but it started coming down about 15, I don't know, it's like almost 5. It started coming down about 15 minutes ago. Pretty good when there's no umbrellas and shelters around. So I don't think the people that got off work that were there wanted to get rained on. They had rain jackets, but I don't think they were prepped for. They didn't know how bad it was going to rain. I think they got scared, so they took off. But it's a nice day today. I don't know what the temp is. I'd say it's probably 50, 55, 53, 54, something like that. It's not cold. It's not hot. It's probably, wear a cap weather. Maybe wear a long sleeve. I don't think it's a jacket weather day. But, I just got to have on some sweatpants and some tennis shoes. And I'm pretty comfortable. Yeah, I'm getting rained on pretty hard, but it's a light rain. I don't feel like I'm soaked. If I was feeling like I was soaked, I probably wouldn't be filming any, because I'd be pretty miserable. It's no fun to be caught in a rainstorm and have, no shelter or just sopping wet clothes. You can get sick too that way, especially if you have a long walk to still go to get home. And we've got probably about a 2 to 3 mile walk to get home still. So that's about it. Like I said earlier in that 5-6 minute video I did right before this one, when I first found the trail, I had no idea it was going to spit me out where I wanted to be in like 5 minutes. So otherwise I probably wouldn't have even made any footage. But here's a little bridge over our little trail here. And it's really green. Really, everything's super green up here. Smoke went away. Like I said, the Greenwood Fire 26,000, and the smoke was just intense on Tuesday and Thursday yesterday. But today it's much better. So kind of give you the lay of the land here. So let's see what else we have to talk about today. In the news, I think there's a lot of sports coming up this weekend. NFL, I think one more preseason week. I know I saw in Rolling Stone magazine they released a thing yesterday saying the show goes on. So I mean, those guys are the Rolling Stones are still going to continue to do their U.S. tour. I know they're coming to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. I think the 24th. I think it's a Sunday, and I know they're coming to Vegas. I think in November. I go to Vegas a lot. They're coming to Dallas. I think they're playing the Cotton Bowl. Some big venue, mainly big venues, I think big only outdoor stadiums, but the show goes on with them. So just because Charlie Watts passed away, I guess they have plenty of options. They're the Rolling Stones. I think probably 20% of all musicians know most of their songs. So I don't think it's it's hard to replace a legend, but I think there's probably a waiting line to be their drummer. I think they probably have about 100 to 200 candidates, maybe even more. So I'm sure they're busy interviewing them. And those guys are really, I don't want to say they're on their last leg, but they're in their late 70s. I mean, they're in their late 70s. I think Mick's 80 or 79. And they're still fit and skinny. It's like their diet just is incredible. Oh, there's someone coming. Look out. Sorry. That's great. All right, come on. We're right up here. We're gonna be right at the street here. But yeah, they must have just great diets. Lots of fish and poultry and meat with very little bread and pasta, I'm sure. And with a good amount of fruits and vegetables. Fruits are okay as long as they're not filled with sugar, tons of sugar. Certain fruits that do have lots of sugar, they are just fine to eat on, occasional basis, just not on an every single day basis. They're high in fructose, high sugar levels. It is mostly natural sugar, but still, to keep your weight off, you got to just do lots of exercise. I know nobody likes to do exercise. Well, some people really enjoy it. What makes it fun is to switch it up. Like, I'm not a big exercise person the older I get, but walking, it's fun. For me, I like to go out and be adventuresome. Usually I have my earphones on. Today I don't, but I usually listen to music. I listen to live YouTube concerts. I listen to all kinds of people. Genesis, Steel Pulse. Those are my two I've been listening to a lot lately. But I been listening to Police some. The Dead and Company, they're always fun to listen to. And there's a lot of really good music out there that I haven't even been turned on to yet. And there's probably 50 or 60 bands I haven't even mentioned that I've seen that have slipped my mind. I was thinking after I made that video last night how many other bands I've seen. And they just kept flowing through my head, and I was like, oh, maybe I should mention them. And I'm like, well, I'll mention them when I think about it again. So, but we're going by St. Scholastica, and give a tour of St. Scholastica in a future video. Just so people can see the school, and then we'll do a tour of UMD. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it this week or next week, probably not. I'm probably going to be doing some traveling. I'll get some on film. They'll be just snippets, just, probably 2, 3, 4 minute videos. They're not going to be these long, drawn out, videos that are just kind of just filling gaps and for people that have some time to kill that are watching these videos. I haven't had too many viewers, but a couple of my videos I just started last week, but a couple of them have already gotten like a dozen views, so that's good. I haven't gotten any subscribers, but there's the police. There's fire. There's Duluth Fire and Rescue. You got to see Duluth Fire and Rescue at its finest. So that's a big fire truck up here, and looks like someone started a big fire. Who knows what's going on? With this rain, you wouldn't think that would be happening, but maybe lightning struck. Who knows? You don't know. So we are gonna hike up this hill here, and it looks like we can let's cross. So looks like we were able to pull that off. That's good. So the Rolling Stones are playing, from what I read on Rolling Stone magazine. They had an article on the young lady who's playing Monica Lewinsky. I guess they're releasing that, a new show or something. That's on the Rolling Stones magazine, an article on her. Trying to think what else I saw in the news today. Didn't really read too much of the news. If I had, I would have taken some notes, and, just so I could talk about some of the stuff I might have read, but I don't really remember anything that's super interesting to cover. It's the 27th of August here, so we're knocking on the corner for September, and I'm thinking of some possibilities I might visit over the next week to week and a half. Might go to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I've never even been to Michigan, so that's a destination I've been thinking about for a little while. I've been to Chicago a lot. I flew in there several times and took the L train. Went to 3 or 4 Wrigley Cubs games at Wrigley Field. And Giordano's Deep Dish Pizza. Even took some home back to Dallas on the flight. I was lucky to take the 777 for American Airlines, and that was unbelievable. That was a long time ago. I think my last 777 trip was about, I'd say, 12, 13 years ago. I don't know how much they fly them now, but they had just put them into service, I think, 5 or 6 years before I took my first ride on one, and they were, a hot demand. But I know you have to really, fill them up to capacity to fly them, because they're just massive, huge aircrafts. So let's go. This guy wants to turn in here. Okay. Stay by me. So I've got to keep an eye on them, because sometimes I notice they tend to. I stay on the inside of the sidewalk when there is one. Some sections there's no sidewalk, so I have to keep an eye on them then. But I stay in the inside section because they tend to with two of them, sometimes they tend to wander near the street, and sometimes they lose train of thought like I do, and they don't pay attention where they're going because they're kind of tired, wanting to get home, and